Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to Let Me Fucking Talk. As you can see, I'm trying to stir this drink because I don't think I mixed it very well. But today, as always, it is me, Lynn Lopez, and Aldo's here, as always.
Cammed up this time.
As you can see, I have my makeup did, and it's a little more eccentric than usual. And that's because today we're going to go see Keizo at the Forum, which is very exciting. Anyone that knows, like, old me, like 2016, 2017, 2018, knows that I was like deep into, yeah, even 2019 for a little bit. I think 2019 is when I started to like go down a little bit with like following him as heavy. And honestly, I feel like the heartbreak started after he had that one really good edit and he turned it into a song. I forgot what song it was, but even then, it's because like his sound changed a lot, which honestly I don't mind. I like that he stayed very true to himself, and he was just like, "This is the kind of music I want to do, and whether you like it or not, I'm gonna do it." What's up, Hannah? And I can respect that. It just does kind of suck when you're like so used to a certain type of sound, and then it changes. That's why like I try not to be too hard on an artist because I get it. At the end of the day, it's like their freedom of expression. So for you to shit on it, it's just like. I feel bad. But regardless, I am very excited. It's been a while since I've done a show like that.
That song you were talking about is the Would You Ever.
That edit was so good. And then I remember he was on live when I used to watch his lives all the time. He's just like, it's never coming out, guys. I'm never going to put it out. And then he's like, and then on live, he's like, actually, I'm going to put that drop into another song. And it was cool. It's just, it was like same, but different. It's kind of like one of those things where it's like, let me copy your homework, but like you change the answers, like some of the answers. It's kind of like that. Like you can hear the essence of it, but it's not the same. But yeah, I feel like Case was cool though. It was cool because I looked at his post earlier today, and he's like, I haven't had this big of a headlining show in LA since 2017. And I was there, and it was so cool. And it made me, like, really reminisce about, like, that time. Like, I was really following him heavy. And I was going through a lot that weekend. That was actually the weekend that, like, my ex and I kind of, like, really hit ahead. And I was just over it. And then I remember, like, I walked out of his apartment. And I was just like, yeah, that's it. I can't do this anymore. But on top of that, it's because, like, that whole week, it was like we had a week of shows. So many shows that week. Like, I think I did Space Yacht that week.
You were on a run, for sure.
I was on, like, I had energy, bro. Now look at me. I need energy drink, like, before I party now, depending. But I had energy back then, bro. I went to Space Yacht. I went to Keizo's headlining show at Exchange, which that was my first time at Exchange, was for him, which was really cool. And then... what else?
Prior to that, you had gone to his pop-up.
Yeah, I went to his pop-up. We had Monks that week, too.
That we did.
That Friday. Yeah. And then the next day...
You went back-to-back that day.
Yeah, and then the next day I had 2 events because I went to CSUN for their event that they had during the day.
The big show.
Yeah, that. And it was, like, with Valentino and Phantom and Dylan Francis. And then right after that, we literally just went to the grocery store, picked up more alcohol, and then went to Keizo. Which, that in itself was, that was a wild, drunk, messy time. But it was cool. It was the day that Sabrina and I we always laugh about that day because it'll always be, like, ingrained in history forever, like the day we became single together. And it's really funny. We were talking about that not that long ago, too. Because it's always just amusing to us, especially because like the way we became single is just like 2 different paths. I've stayed single, she hasn't, and I'm really happy for her. I actually talked to her this morning. I FaceTimed her, and we were just catching up. And she always likes asking me about my love life, which is really funny. And I'll ask her about how her and Axel are doing and her anxiety and stuff like that. But it's always funny. If you go on TikTok and you see like all those best friend TikToks where they're just like, when you catch up with your best friend about their love life and like you're the one in a relationship, that's literally us. We'll sometimes FaceTime and she'll always ask me. Because I always, especially lately, I feel like I always have something new to tell her when we do catch up. Because it's not often since she lives so far and she always be busy and then I always be busy. So it's like one of those things where we catch up like every couple weeks and then it's like something different. Or it'll be funny because she'll be like, so how's it going with X person? And I'll be like, yeah, no, it doesn't exist anymore. And she's like, yeah, yeah, it was funny. That was the day we became single, and it's so amusing because so many people like witnessed it, and yeah. But shout out Sabrina, cause of her, especially around that time, like it really helped me come into like my own at that time. What a time! What a time! But yeah, but now back to what we were saying.
Wait 1 minute, and then after that Saturday, you went to his
Oh, and I saw
other
Hazel
show
again.
at the observatory.
Yeah, the next day at the observatory. Like I said, back then, bro, I had energy.
You damn near went to an event 5 out of the 7 days in that week. Savage.
I already feel tired just thinking about it. I could never now. Like, I really can't. I had energy back then. I was 21. Now I'm turning 27 this year, guys. I really don't know what I want to do for my birthday. I'm very in between a lot of different things. Like, the LA County Fair, that's the last weekend that it's going to be there. So maybe that. But also 626 comes back that weekend. Or to be honest, it could be cool just getting dinner with everybody. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Because to be honest, I'm more excited about us just like celebrating and having a good time in Vegas like the week before. So to me, it's like the day of my actual birthday is like, whatever. Especially because we're going to party the day before too.
Yeah, so, that we are doing.
I don't know. We'll see what we end up doing. I'll keep y'all posted. But yeah, life's been fun lately. Honestly, I was telling people recently, I was like, I am really, really happy with life. I think I talked about this in the pod, like, for New Year's, too, but sometimes, like, I go through phases where I think I'm really happy, and then I'm, like, a few weeks later, I'm fucking miserable. But lately, it's been consistent. Like, I have my days. Right now, I'm really, really happy with life. I'm really happy where I'm at my job. I'm really happy where I'm at with a lot of friends. Honestly, like, planning stuff with us lately has been so fun to me. I feel like I really thought about it, especially when we went to Coachella, which we'll get into all the Coachella tea and all the fun stuff that happened at Coachella. Obviously, within reason, because, like, some people's business is not for me to put out there. And then some things I just want to keep to myself. But for Coachella, like, there was a moment when we were all just kicking it in the back where I was kind of just, like, looking at everybody. And it's one of those moments that I have often where it's, like, core memory. Like, you know how in that movie Inside Out, when they do the little core memories and it's, like, of, like, happiness and it's, like, in the little ball? I feel like I have moments like that. And that was one of them because, especially us, like, as you get older, it's so much harder to plan shit where you can all actually be together. Especially like a festival, because a lot of people, like, their priorities change. So obviously, like, we're not gonna be bugging about going to every fucking festival together, especially Coachella. Coachella in itself, like, it can get expensive, so I get it. But I feel like the last day was really dope because we actually were all together, and I even finally found Gio and Omar, which is fun. And we all got to be together, especially for those last couple sets. But when I was looking around, we were at Allie's house. I was really happy because I was thinking, to be honest, this weekend has been more fun, just like the pre-stuff and the after stuff. Like us getting ready, us eating together, us just hanging out after, like around the fire pit, or you guys like around the hookah or the pool or whatever. So moments like that, like, you know, make it worth it to me. Because Coachella is a festival itself. I'm like, it's all right. I wouldn't mind skipping.
It's a vibe.
It's a
definitely, vibe. Yeah, definitely the overall of us just being together that entire weekend for, you know, its moments, that was the biggest takeaway, without a doubt.
It was a vibe, you know. I think, dude, I could do like a whole pod one day on like a guide to festivals because I really have that shit down. I've had that shit down, but for the most part, I think one big thing for like going with a group for festivals is that you really have to be particular with who you go with. I think when you're younger, it's okay to just be like, say fuck it and go with some random people you don't know like that. But I feel like at the stages that we're at in life, like, I'm very particular with who I want to spend a full ass weekend with. Like who I want to party with, who I want to be around when like I'm not in the right state of mind, who I know I can trust because no matter what okay, so like let's get into it a bit. But like before okay, well, I guess we can get into like Friday a little bit and then I'll go back to when we were there on Thursday. But like Friday, I got like really fucked up. Like me and Teresa, we were not there. I'm not gonna say like for why, but we just weren't there. And we like blacked out for like a few hours. But the thing is, like, I know for a fact that when I'm around certain people, like I'm safe, like I'm good, like I can be completely blocked out, not there, like incoherent, whatever. And I know like I'll be fine. And that's one thing that like I'm solid about. Cause I've gone to I've like even the first countdown I ever went to, I went with people that like I was friends with, but they didn't rave like that, and like it really did affect my time. Like it wasn't like the best. I liked the festival itself, but I just the vibes weren't there. And like where I'm at in life, I want to have a good ass time with the people that I trust and like the people that I know are gonna have a good time with me that aren't gonna be a buzzkill. Like, oh my god, like let's stay here, let's not go there. Who are like bugging, you know? Like we can all do our own thing and like venture off, and we know we're gonna be fine. Like even for when we're at the house, like everyone's very responsible. They're like, okay, everybody, make sure you're cleaning, make sure you pick up after yourself. Like this is not, like it was a good time. It was a good time. Like even Thursday when we got there, everyone immediately just like started figuring out who was gonna sleep where. You guys made food. We were just like, I got there late. Me and Alexis, we got there. We were the last ones to get there. We got there like, oh no, Kenny was the last one. We were like the second to last ones, and we got there like I think around 10. And so
Yeah, like 10:30.
yeah, like around there. And when we pulled up, everyone's already situated, which made things easier. I just dropped my shit off, and then we went to go drink and kick it with everyone. It was cool because Thursday is like, more chill, just us just kind of like easing into it, just drinking here and there. Like vibes are going. Like they had the little DJ set up, which was cute because like all the homies like to DJ and whatnot. And it was a lot of fun, like just being with everyone again because, I don't get to see all those friends too often because, life. But it was fun. And then Friday was cool. I actually got up at a decent time and then I made breakfast for everyone, which was nice. And because I just like, I like the environment of just like being with everyone. So like I was cooking breakfast, but everyone was still talking and like hanging out, which was nice. And then from there, the girls and I all got ready in Leslie and Alexis's room, which again, always nice. Like, I like getting ready with the girlies. Like, we just be like chismeando, just catching up and all that shit, trying each other's like makeup and like giving each other ideas for hair. You know the vibes. The girlies, I know they know the vibes. So that was a lot of fun. And then what else did we do? We just pre-gamed, we just pre-gamed, had a good time, got ready. We did a cute little like group cheers to a good weekend, which was nice. And then from there we just headed out to the festival and it was dope. Friday, I want to say my favorite sets Friday. For sure, Kate Trinata. And then after that, I blacked out. But Kate Trinata for sure. Who else?
Shark bait.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who else I fucking saw before.
Well, prior to Kate Trinata, the first one off the bat, at least for me, was Idris Elba. That was the one that most of us.
Actually, Idris Elba was really good too. Idris Elba was another one.
Yeah, Idris. From there,
I vaguely remember Metro Boomin. I don't. During Gorillas is when I was blacked out. Do I know what happened? No. I just remember walking in that direction, gone. And then I remember we watched Metro Boomin, and I was starting to come out of it, but like I came out of it enough to be like, is that fucking Abel? Like I just remember like coming out of it and like looking up and I hear his voice and I'm like, oh my god, it's The Weeknd. That's all I really remember. And then it was kind of just like in and out from there. And then once we got settled waiting for Bad Bunny is kind of when I was just like, I was fine. And there's like, it's funny because I was completely wrecked. I was there, and then like after that, the whole time me and Teresa were just like flipping out about the fact of how we got fucked up we got. And I can get why though, because it's been like a year since I've done anything like that heavy. It wasn't even that heavy, but like anything in general. And so I feel like my body just like wasn't used to it anymore. So it kind of just like went to like shock and was just like, what are we doing? And I mean, it was cool. I will say I love Bad Bunny. I've seen him twice now. And I will say this performance was better than last week or the week before from the live that I saw, like the stream that I watched. But I will say that it was still kind of disappointing. I kind of like kicked myself for leaving before Jay Cortez was coming out because I knew he was coming out, but I was so tired. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just go back to camp. And then I heard it from the camp, but I was like, oh, I should just stayed because I've always wanted to see them perform like their songs together, but it's fine. I got to see when he brought out Grupo Frontera, and that was tight. I was like, you're telling me a regional Mexican fucking song is being, not just one, but like three Mexican regional songs are being played here at Coachella during like prime time when all these white people around. I'm like, go off. Because I don't listen to like corridos like that or like banda like that. Like I really don't. It's one of those things where I hear it every now and then when I'm in the mood to. Because like I did grow up around it. I remember like Brie and Nessa said like I can't imagine you listening to corridos. I'm like it's because I don't listen to it like that, but I did when I was little because like I had family members who would listen to it all the time, so they would put me on. But it was just I didn't follow it like that because around the same time like I was getting into reggaeton, so I kind of like lean more in that way, and I still lean more that way. But it was still like a big ass thing. Like even Becky G bringing out Peso Pluma the weekend before. I'm like, me and my Mexican pride is so proud. It was dope. So it was cool to see. And then what else? After that, we just went back to the house, drank some more, hung out. And what else happened? Saturday?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, just Saturday. Saturday we got there late, so traffic was ass.
Terrible, dude.
Ass.
Fucking terrible.
I will say the traffic. That's like one con with Coachella is that like if you don't have a house that's like nearby, if you don't leave like early, the traffic is ass.
Yeah, dude, I was pulling my hair that whole day too. Yeah, the traffic was terrible.
Yeah, DJ's like, yeah, I'm camping next year. I don't want to deal with that traffic. And I'm like,
nah, I'm cool.
I get that, but like the heat, I can't do the heat.
I would probably just opt into just leave earlier.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, but camp, no, I'm cool.
I can't camp, dude. At Coachella, I can't camp. Like that heat. That was the one thing that heat had me fucked up. Like when we were there, like earlier when it was fucking warm. Ugh. See, that's what I'm saying. That's another reason why I think Coachella's like because I can't do the heat like that. Like the one thing about me is that I can't do extreme weathers. I can't do it when it's like way too fucking cold, and I can't do it when it's way too fucking hot. But I will say, at least with like the heat, is that I feel like I'm a little bit more accustomed to it. I'm still not used to it like ever, but I'm still like slightly more accustomed to it than like super freezing cold weather. I feel like I wouldn't know what to do. I'm like frozen. But yeah, it was cool for Saturday. Who did I see Saturday? I'm trying to think who played Saturday. Oh my god, okay. Number one, Calvin Harris. Calvin Harris is amazing.
Definitely amazing.
Calvin Harris, like my soul was happy. Because, so back in 2015, in my first festival and first EDC, I missed Calvin Harris because our friend got way too fucked up, pregamed way too hard, and she was just like, no, she wasn't okay. So we had to take her back to the hotel, and there was like a good amount of us. I could have stayed, but at that time, since it was so fresh, I was just like scared too. I remember Aldo even told me, he's like, you should have met up with me. But when I had whack ass signal, so like texting him, my messages weren't going through.
Not only that, dude, but that was your first, very, very, very first event. So you didn't have that type of festival experience / confidence to go out and venture on your own. And yes, definitely you didn't have any signals, so to find me would have been a mission and a half.
And like anyone that has been to EDC, that shit is huge. So imagine like little old me just trying to be, and at the time I was 19, so I was just like even more just like, and I was a sheltered child, so the idea of going off by myself, crazy. Now I'm like, bye guys, I'll be back. Ain't no problem. It's the irony of it is crazy.
The ongoing meme of like you know, fucking if you hear Lynn say, "I'll be back," there's a guarantee that she won't be back.
I'll be back. Hey, here's the thing. I always come back. When I come back is up for debate. Because who knows? It could be 5 minutes. It could be 2 hours. You never know. But what's it called? So yeah, I missed Calvin Harris, and that was one artist I really wanted to see that EDC, and then I haven't had the opportunity to because he just doesn't do festivals like that anymore out here.
Oh,
and
dude,
I wasn't.
Did you see the group chat? The fucking price range for his show in Vegas.
Yeah, I did.
There's a reason why he doesn't do festivals no more.
Yeah, and I get it, and like, and I don't want
Hey.
to, and I didn't want to really see him at a club either. Like, I mean, I could, but I don't know. It's different. Club vibe and club sets are different from
energy.
like your own show or a festival set. So I was like, whatever. And so when I saw him on the lineup, he was like, he makes his return to the desert. I was like, oh my God. Dude, I was so emotional. I was so happy. Like, if anyone was watching me that set, I was thriving up. And like, the Miss Girl was hitting. If you know, Miss Girl was hitting. So I was on a good one. And so I was just super fucking happy singing like every other song with all the homies. Oh, that set hit. It was so good. I was so happy. So Saturday for sure was cool. I will say who I had a feeling would be dope, but I was still happy to witness was Blackpink, like the K-pop group. Cause Perla really wanted to see him. Leslie really wanted to see him. Me and Alexis were just like kind of along for the ride. But I was open to it because like the only time I really listen to K-pop is when I'm in Melly or Polly or Rudy's car. But like it's cool. Like it's just I just don't follow it like that, But it's a vibe. And honestly, that set was really dope. It was fun. It was fun from beginning to end. The only disappointing thing is that after we left a little early to try and catch Labyrinth, but Jesus Christ, that show was packed. I feel like especially after the videos came out from like the weekend before, like people were more curious. Like I was excited. That was one set I really wanted to see even like as soon as I saw him on the lineup. But it was just way too fucking packed, and Alexis and Perla were just like getting a little anxious, and I kind of was too. But like I could have handled it, but I was like, nah, let's just go. Let's just go to Eric Pritz. And we'll have space and we'll be with Aldo and everybody. And honestly, that stuff was cool. I will say I really enjoyed just chilling in the beer garden for those 2 stages. For like the 2 bigger main stages. Because you have a pretty decent view and then you have space. And then the one, like you could just sit. You could just sit and be comfortable. And my ass be tired sometimes. Especially with Coachella, it's a lot of walking.
Yeah, that was the upside to that beer garden all the way at the far right where the outdoor theater was. It was definitely a cool little kick spot. Yeah.
Bro, and you know what? Shout out Dallas, bro. He was such a vibe. He looked so happy. So our homie D, he brought his son because it's like the last year he can technically go for free. And that boy had the time of his life, bro.
Whichever be honest, he could probably stall it out and bring him one more
we'll probably keep
year.
it going for like another 2 years, 3 years. And be like, no, he's 5. What you mean? He's 5. But yeah, he looked like he was having the time of his life, and it made me so happy. It was funny though watching him nap through Calvin Harris. D was like, he doesn't understand, and I'm like, he's tired, but yeah, he doesn't understand yet. Like he's witnessing like greatness right now, and he has no idea. But yeah, that was really funny. And then Sunday was cool too. I'm trying to think Tale of Us was dope.
Tale of Us was on the second day. That was actually one of the first artists that we saw.
Oh, just kidding.
The second day. That second day was pretty, like, honestly, like, day 2 of Coachella was, it was dope because, like, obviously, yeah, we had Tale of Us. Some of us went to the Do Lab for ISOXO.
Oh, that was that day. Just kidding.
And,
it's all coming back to me.
Yeah. Day 2 was cool. Then day three. Obviously, we learned our lessons from going to...
We started with Caliucci's. It's coming back to me.
Caliucci's was dope.
Caliucci's was dope. It sucked that she had technical issues with her sound and stuff, but I feel like that was happening, like, all the whole time for Coachella for both weekends. Like, some artists just had hella issues with, like, the sound. That was another bone we had to pick with Bad Bunny's set, is that like the speakers like by us, like some of them were turned off.
Terrible.
So it's not like we can really get into it because like we couldn't hear very well. We were only hearing it from the speakers that were like more in front of us, which was annoying. What else? Sunday though. Yeah, Caliucci's. And then from there we kind of just had time to kill, so we got food, and then we just went to just wait for Chris Lake and Fisher. And that's when I left. I was gonna try and see if I can get into Camel Fat. The line was really long, and I made a pretty decent dent in it. But then I had been texting Gio from the beginning because he said he wasn't gonna drink or anything that day. So I was like, okay, this is my better chance of finding you. So I was just like, yeah, let me know when you guys are in, because they got in late because they just wanted to pack their shit and like move their car so that they can leave right after the festival.
Smart.
Yeah. So while I was in line, like he texted me like an idea of where they were at, and I was like, Camel Fats. Finally see this fool. And I was like, yeah, fuck it. So I went to go find him, and finally found each other, which is cool. We got to catch up, and I got to see him and Omar. And then also when I brought them to where you guys were at for Chris Lake and Fisher, which is also pretty fun. That set was so fun. That was like the first set we were all like together because even T finally found us. And then like Abe, Allie, you guys, everybody was there. And it was so much fun.
You want to talk about a complete vibe of a set? Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ. That Chris Lake back-to-back Chris Lake was fucking phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. Chris Lake back-to-back Chris Lake.
I'm talking shit. Yeah, that Chris Lake and Fisher, dude. That shit was damn. I felt like a strong majority of the festival pulled up to that.
Yeah, it was actually pretty packed, but it was dope. And then after that, we went to go see Blink-182, which, you know, my little teenage heart was very happy. Gio was hating life. Which I get, like, if you don't listen to that music like that and you only know like the more popular songs, it's just not your vibe.
Why are you? And I'm so sorry. Dude, that's all I was waiting for. Literally, the 3 last songs on their track list was the slaps that I was waiting for. Cause, yeah, I felt Gio, but also it was cool.
It was cool. I mean, I realized that because I know them, but I didn't always listen to them heavy. But when I was like watching them perform and like I was vibing, I realized I did remember a lot of more of the songs than I thought I did, which was cool. But bruh, the fucking peak de resistance, whatever the fuck it is, fucking the B3B, which was Skrillex, Forte, and fucking
Pangborn House Mafia is what they called themselves. Yeah, it's Skrillex, Forte, and Fred again.
Mm-hmm. Amazing set. That shit was like insane, and it's like insane to see because like sets like that to close out a festival like Coachella is insane. Like some people say it isn't. They're like, no. There's a lot of like, you know, back and forth about it, but it's like with anything, you know. But personally, I thought it was awesome. I had the most amazing time. We all had the most amazing time. I went with you guys to try and get closer. I mean, even though we still didn't get like super, super close, we still got close enough to where like you can kind of see it. And it was dope because like they did like the whole like boiler room style because they took advantage of the fact that, you know, the Chris, fucking, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I think it's getting to me.
Frank
Ocean had the little ice rink, and like they're like, well, since we're not going to use it, we might as well just do the set right there. And that was fucking cool.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, it worked out for us because, you know, I had told everyone the day before. I actually told everyone leading up to the entire, you know, the last day up to that set, hey, no matter what, I'm going to the front. Y'all, if y'all want to follow me, it's up to y'all. But yeah, it worked out because there was a few people in our group that fell behind, and we wanted to wait for them. And in waiting for them, we all clicked up back together, and we started making our way to the front. However, going towards the front, we realized that they were doing that 360 style, in which case we migrated towards the middle, and
we like changed directions.
We got as close as we possibly could, at least 20 feet. At least that's how it looked like.
Which honestly, for that, is still pretty impressive. And man, that set was just fucking insane to me, because Anyone that knows, Calvin Harris and Skrillex are the two artists I've been chasing to fucking see. I still have yet to see Skrillex by himself, but it's okay. I still count this because this was fucking awesome. And so, like, I remember I told Aldo, I was just like, so happy right now. And if it wasn't for Aldo, I wouldn't have been there. And it was a beautiful moment. And then and it was hilarious because in that next minute, he fucking dropped Country Rhythm. And it was just like crying. And then I was like, yes.
Yeah,
Hilarious.
I went ape shit. Yeah, you almost caught me slipping, dude. I ain't gonna lie. You almost made me cry. Even though I know you say because of me, but dude, I didn't do anything.
You bought my ticket.
Okay.
Because to be honest, I was like, maybe I shouldn't go.
So what?
And then the lineup dropped, and I was like, you know what? I'm not mad at it. But I mean, I was excited also for Frank Ocean, but at the same time, I'm not mad at that B3B whatsoever.
That was a pretty good replacement on the fly, if we're being honest, because obviously shooting out Guns Blazing from the beginning of this year, you know, what those three gentlemen has been able to do. I mean, for fuck's sakes, they sold out Madison Square Garden in a week. They announced their show on that Monday. Tickets automatically sold out. And, you know, because of that, they did that that very iconic, you know, bus little pop-up shit. And then they did their 5-hour show at the at Madison Square Garden.
Honestly, it was just like the perfect way to end that fucking weekend. And then going back to the house, and then we were just like all kicking it outside for a while, just like drinking and stuff. And I remember I was telling Abe, I was just like, I'm so happy we did this, and I'm really grateful. And Ali told us if we want to do it again next year, we can, which would be dope. But for real, shout out Ali and her parents for letting us rent out their house.
Huge shout out to y'all.
Because honestly, we slept pretty comfortably for the most part. I mean, last 2 days I didn't really sleep in my own bed, but it's fine. I still had fun.
Yeah, what's up with you, Lynn?
Like I said, I'm not really trying to get into it too much, but
you're just being sex positive, right?
Yeah, just being real sex positive.
Sex positive.
I mean, like I said, I've been having a lot of fun this year.
Hey, speaking of sex, how was Rahu?
Oh my God! See, that is okay, guys. Let's get to it. Let's be fucking real. I loved Coachella. I had a great ass time, but this whole month, I've been more looking forward to that Rao concert because anyone that knows me knows that I almost wore my new hoodie, but I was just like, this would go better with my makeup. When I tell you, I had the best fucking time. I feel very fortunate and blessed that, especially when the tickets dropped, I had already started my new job. I had already started making money there, and that I can afford to not only like buy my ticket, but buy my two best friends' tickets. Because originally I was just going to buy one extra ticket and see whoever wants to go with me can go with me. It was like, I was probably going to just like ask Bree anyways, or Eric, or I don't know, anybody. But when Nessa was just like, you know, I'm kind of down to come out there. Because I told her, I was like, come with me, if anything. Because when I was buying the tickets, I was texting in our group chat. And so then when she said she was going, I was like, okay, no. Now Bree has to come with us. And it was funny because like throughout the whole time, Bree was at work, so she wasn't even reading the messages. And I just like added Bree. I was like, Bree, you're going with us. Okay, I don't care what you have that weekend, but you're going. So I bought like all 3 of our tickets. And they were floor. I mean, to be honest, like his pre-sale tickets for floor actually were not that expensive. Like not as expensive as I thought they'd be. They were like $138 plus fees, which is honestly pretty cheap.
That is pretty affordable.
Yeah, so I made sure to like get that shit pre-sale. I was signed up and everything. Yeah, it's funny because I got into a little bit of a discourse because like while I was at the show, I was just like, okay, fine, I'm gonna finally say it on the Twitters. But as a performer, Rao shits on Benito, and I love him though. I love them both. But as a performer, Rao is like, he's just like that dude. Like I've seen him 4 times now. His production, his dance moves, his energy, the way he sings, everything, like shits on Benito. Like I love him, but it does. I feel like if it's because like Rao is so underrated. And so like I got into like a little bit of discourse because like I didn't think that tweet was gonna blow up, but like it kind of blew up, not crazy big, but enough to where like people were fucking quote tweeting it, talking shit and just saying stuff. So a lot of people were like agreeing with me, and other people were like, oh, been known, clearly you're new here. And I'm like, no, I'm not new here. I just didn't want to say it out loud.
I saw that one. Yeah.
I was just like, no.
I thought you knew homegirl, so I went and see if you followed her, and it was just some randy ass person.
See, I'm telling you, like, I swear, the audacity. The tweet blew up enough that I had a lot of randoms like quoting it, commenting all this shit, and I was just like, guys, it's not that serious. It's like, this is why I didn't want to say it out loud on Twitters, because like people be fucking bitching, and I get it. Like the Rao and Benito stands are like crazy. I'm a Rao and Benito stan too, but at the same time, like, I'm not gonna be over here fucking talking shit to people I don't know like that. I'm like, relax.
Both those gentlemen made a slap. Party, in my opinion, like, I don't even fuck with reggaeton like that anymore, but that that track slaps,
dude.
yo.
And I love when he performed it, because that is one of the songs I was really excited for. I will say, I slightly prefer Rao's performance, just because like he's so cute. He adds his little like dance moves and like to it. He for his show he played like kind of like an edit of it. So he has a moment to like have his little like solo to dance it out and shit, and it's so cool. Cause that is the one thing about him. He's a whole ass performer. Like he got dance moves, he got the vocals, he has like the visuals, everything, and it's so good. I can tell where Rosalia's influence in his performances now though, because it's cool. Because like, so for her Coachella performance, I don't know if you've seen clips of it, but like there are a lot of moments where like they have a camera like right in front of her, so then the screen, you just see it, it's like up close. I don't know how to explain it, but like the camera's literally following her like in her face, not like, okay, you see how the camera's like from a distance and then like it'll zoom in and stuff like that.
Okay,
there's a cameraman like in her face for certain parts of the performance, so she's like singing like in front of the camera, like in its face. And he did that for Pensándote. And so like when you're watching the screen, you see it like just him like very close to the camera, but when you're watching it from floor, you can see the cameraman. So it looks a little funny.
Yeah, that's fine though.
But it was cool. I was just like, oh shit. I was just like, that's what Rosalia did for her Coachella thing. I was like, it's cool. I love that song, and I cried. It was so funny because like Nessa and Bree just thought it was so funny. I was like sobbing. And they were just like, girl, you were going through it. And I was just like, dude, I was just so happy. And there's just certain songs that like hit my soul. And which is funny because some people, when they listen to reggaeton, they're like, I don't get it. Like, why does it make you so emotional? And I'm like, it's because, dude, like when I seen Rao and when I've gone through like a lot of different like phases of my life since like I really got into him. And so certain songs like stick in my brain. I associate a lot of songs with like moments in my life. Like I can... like I have a song to like certain seasons of my life that just like always stick out, and like he has a lot of songs like that for me, and it was just so much fun. I'm really sad though because I wanted to get there a little bit earlier, but then we kind of took a while, and then Danny, Nessa's fiance, had left for a little bit, so then we were waiting on him, and I couldn't get the jacket I wanted because it's so stupid, but apparently that jacket was like kind of like limited, so they only had it available for the booths that were outside. I literally did a whole ass lap trying to find it, but by the time we got there, it was all sold out, and I was so upset because that was the one jacket I wanted, and I was gonna get for Eric too because he wanted it, but it's fine. I did come up on hella merch. I got like a hoodie, a t-shirt, 2 keychains, a hat, a tote bag, because I was like, I don't want to carry all this shit, so I'm like, just stuffed it in there. I've been using that tote bag hella though. It's nice, and his merch is really good quality, so I am mad about it.
That's what's up.
Yeah, but it was funny because like while we were waiting for him to come on, Brie was like, go get more drinks, and then like see how many they'll let you in. The thing with there, it's like it's a 2-drink limit.
Oh wow.
But but apparently at Floor they have this.
Yeah, I was about to say, 2-drink limit
like per person. Like, you can only carry out with 2 at a time.
Got it.
And so, but what was cool is that I've never had Floor for the Forum. And there's, like, this section, like, there's, like, a regular bar and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But there's also this section, which I don't know why more people weren't using, where it's kind of like Amazon, where there's, like, a little thing. You could tap your phone, and then you can go get what you want. And then when you walk out of the little gate, it, like, checks you out. So, like, it just charges your thing. Kind of like...
We'll do that today, then. Shit.
Yeah, dude, that shit was hella clutch. I was like, why are more people using it? There was, like, hella lines for the bars. And I'm like, bruh, I just be using this. I think it's because people saw it and just were confused.
Yeah, their
And like
priority lit
yeah,
too.
they didn't understand. But I think because like I was so used to Amazon's bullshit, I was just like it reminded me of like the little dash carts that they have, but it's like you do it in person.
It gave you a little bit of PTSD.
A little bit. But it was funny because I literally came back and I came back with like a pizza box, 2 drinks, water, and then like more merch. And they're just like, what the fuck? Was that's why you took so long? And I'm like, yeah. But I was happy. And then we made friends with other people. Bro, let me tell you, there was some other people behind me that made me feel old as fuck. And I was upset. Because first of all, I make jokes that I'm old, but okay, I don't actually believe I'm old. Like I know I'm like 26, turning 27, and I'm a thriving ass bitch. And if anything, when I'm 30, I'm gonna be flirty, 30, and thriving. Okay, but these little kids, they were nice though. They were nice, but they're like in their 20s, and so we're just chatting it up and whatever. And I forgot how the topic even came up, but Bria and Nessa, they were just like, yeah, we're the youngest. Like she's older. And so they look at me and they're like, how old are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm turning 27 this year. And they're just like, 27? And I was like, yeah. And they're just like, what? They're like, you don't even look 27. You look really young for 27. And I'm like, I feel like that's a backhanded compliment, but I was like, okay. I was like, all right. And they're like, no, yeah. Like, you look so young. Like, you don't look 27. And I'm like, am I supposed to look a certain way at 27? And I was just like, damn, bro, I feel old. But at the same time, like, we were sneaking them drinks, like some of our drinks. So I'm like, man, at least I can buy my own drinks.
That is pretty hilarious.
I was like, man. And then I remember I told the group chat that the next day, and they were just like, nah. Like, especially because, like, most of the people in that group chat are older than me, besides, like, a couple people. And I remember Eileen's like, she said something about me being old. I'm like, you baby, I'm gonna need you to relax. You just turned 21, like last year. That was funny. But other than that, that concert was so dope. They had my food flying and looking like SpongeBob, like in the SpongeBob
when
movie.
I sent you that shit on Twitter, that shit was hilarious.
Dude, when I had first seen his shit on TikTok, like the production of what it was looking like, that was the first thing I thought of. I was like, they got my boy out here looking like SpongeBob over here, fucking all harnessed up. But it was really cool. Like everything was dope. I got to see so many of my favorite songs, which made me happy. There was like a couple songs I wish he had performed, but I was like, it's okay. He did most of the new album, which I expected because obviously it's for that tour. But yeah, it was awesome. I was very drunk. And then by the end of it, we left, got a couple hot dogs. We got a free one, which was dope. And then we went to the after party. And then that's where I went like a little downhill a little bit. My phone was fucking dying. And I forgot to bring my portable. I was so stupid. I had my portable like in the hotel, but I forgot to bring it. And then I started to like be in and out of a blackout, but it was cool. Because the after party was at Avalon, and fucking Bree started to get sleepy on the way there. Me too. So I was just like, fuck it, let's just drink some more and wake up. And the bartender that was there's one bartender in particular at Avalon that I like going to because she's really pretty and she's really nice. So I was like flirting with her and telling her she was really pretty, yada yada. She made my drink strong as fuck, but I wasn't mad at it. And then it was hilarious because so obviously like me and Brie and Nessa don't get to go out like that, the three of us, often because like we only get to see each other like together, the three of us, every couple months since Nessa lives out in like
Chi-town.
Yeah.
Well, the suburbs of Chi-town.
In Illinois. So I guess it was like the first time where like she see me like out like being my little hoe-ish self.
Sex positive.
Yes, sex positive. If you're wondering why Aldo keeps saying that, it's a reference to Scream 6. And that shit was fucking funny as fuck.
Hey, listen, whatever this generation wants to label themselves to hide the fact that they're being little hussies, which I know you're not doing that, but there's a lot of,
See, the thing about me is that, like, even, like, in the last pod where I was like, I just want to be a whore, it's not even that I actually want to be a whore, like, fucking someone new every day, every week or whatever. Like for me, like when my friends and I, we just want to have a fun, slutty time. It's just like literally we just want to have a good time. And if there's men involved, cool. If not, as long as we with the homies and we looking slutty and having fun, that's all that matters to me. And that's for the most part, that's just been the way like my energy for a while now. Like even if I'm not dancing with a dude or if I'm not talking to a dude, as long as I'm looking real cute and feel real cute, and I'm with the homies, that's all that matters. But it was funny because, like, as soon as we walked in, obviously there's guys trying to dance with girls, like, whatever. But like I was dancing with them too, and then I locked eyes with this one dude and had a feeling like he was gonna try and like dance with me, but I wasn't sure at first. I was kind of drunk, and so then once he got a little closer and he was just like, "What's up?" And I was like, "What's up?" And then he was just like, "You want to dance?" I'm like, "All right." So I was just dancing with him and stuff, and then like I look at the side and fucking Brie and Nessa are giving me side eye, but they were just like, "Yes." But yeah, it doesn't happen too often because, like I said, we don't get to hang out too often. But it was funny. It was funny to me. And so then after a while, I was just like, okay, I want to dance with my friends now. And he was cool with it, thankful. And he wasn't weird about it. He was just like, no, yeah, for sure, go. And then he left. And yeah, we just were there for a little while longer. And then we were just fucking tired. So then I called an Uber to go home. My phone had died, sadly. So Nessa thankfully called it for me. And then I got home. And then I was dumb. And I fucking, I texted one dude, didn't answer. But I only texted him because he had texted me first, and I was just like, whatever. Well, I wasn't trying to get late or anything. It was just, he was just texting me about something, and I had forgotten about it, and I finally replied to it. But then apparently, like, a drunk called someone, and I left a voicemail, and now he thinks it's, like, the most hilarious thing ever, and he likes to, like, bring it up every now and then, and I'm just like, I don't need you to not. I didn't say anything bad, but it's just the fact that I drunk called him and left him a voicemail, he thinks is hilarious. And I was like, you're never allowed to show anyone ever in your life. He let me listen to it after, and it really didn't sound that bad, but I was just like, I don't usually leave evidence when I drunk call. I don't know why I did that day, but whatever. As soon as I got home, I like knocked the fuck out with like makeup and everything. But yeah, that was fun. I would do that concert all over again. I really thought, I'm not even gonna cap. The next day, I was looking at resale tickets for like the show he had the next day, but I was like, no, I have Gio's party, which was fun. I had a good time. Dude, oh my God. So at Gio's uncle's birthday party, they had a drag queen, and she was the most hilarious person ever. Like, the way that the jokes that she was cracking had me fucking screaming. The thing is also, like, she was supposed to get there, like, at what, 6:30? Like, yeah. Originally we were told 6:30.
So there was a miscommunication with Gio's aunt and the drag queen. They had thought it was gonna be 6:30, and then I guess the drag queen read as like 9:30, and even then got there late.
Yeah, he got like she got postponed because I think they were at another event or something.
I think
I don't know. What
the drag queen's old school. I don't think they play around with that bullshit.
I don't know what the correct term is. I want to say he. But yeah, I think he got like held back too because he had something else prior. But the whole time that's all we were waiting for. Like, cause Perla had Callie with her, so she was just like, we gotta go soon. We're like, all right, let's just wait a little bit longer. Thankfully, you guys got to see like the beginning, cause like he changed into another outfit, so in, like another personality.
The whole Jenny Rivera, right?
Yeah. But it didn't last long until the cops showed up and then like kind of shut it down, which was kind of whack. But it was fine. We had a good time. Honestly, that was a lot of fun. I love Gio's family. They're so funny. They're always a good time. Like, whenever Gio invites us for family parties, I'm like, I'm down. Let's go. I'm with it.
We understand where he gets it from.
And it was funny because apparently when I was fucked up at Coachella, I was telling him when I was in the car, I was like, Gio, I love you. And he was just like, and he thought it was the funniest shit ever. He's like, you know, that was the first time you've ever said that to me. I'm like, no. He's like, yeah. You know, and then ever since after that, it just hasn't happened. Because, like, with Gio, that fool's a fucking bully, okay? All I do is tell him that he can fuck off and that I hate him. And I will stand by that. It was funny because then afterwards, the next time I was telling him that I hate him, he's like, I like Litlin better. She tells me she loves me. Let's bring her back. Go over here fucking telling me that you hate me. And every time I tell him I hate him, he's like, Cap. And I'm like, nah, bro, I fucking can't stand you. I fucking hate you.
Yeah, you see how I feel.
Motherfucker, bro. All he does is talk shit, especially right now because of, like, what happened at Coachella and, like, everything else. He's having a grand old time talking shit. And I'm like, ugh, whatever. Let's just say I had a lot of fun with someone that he knows at Coachella, and, like, now he's having a grand old time being right about something. And I'm like, me personally, don't see it. I didn't see it at all. But I guess everyone else did. And I was just blind. I guess we both were, but whatever. But that's another story time for later. I don't know. But anyways, I'm really excited because right now I'm having the best time. May's always just like a bittersweet month for me because like Mother's Day always suppresses me. And then like also it's gonna be a year since my grandpa passed away. And it's like all on the same day this year apparently. So it's interesting. But it's okay. I'm also but like I said, like where I'm at in life right now, I'm really happy. I'm surrounded by people who are amazing that make me really happy. And I'm really excited because we have a Vegas trip coming up, which is gonna be a lot of fun. It's just me, Gio, Kenny, Aldo, Perla, Alexis. It's just us, small group, and we already have like a whole bunch of shit planned for that trip. So I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. And then the weekend after, it's our birthday weekend.
That's right.
And
we're both turning 27.
Yeah, let's go with that. And then the boys just announced that they're having a little show with Desamore and Semix and Erica V and Pandora. So if y'all are free, y'all should RSVP. Go check on their page. They have a little thing. It was funny when they put the RSVP in my head. I'm like, do I actually have to RSVP? I'm like, they already know I'm going. I was like the first one to know. Like, do I have to? I didn't RSVP. I'm just like, y'all know I'm showing up. I'm like, I don't want to deal with the formalities. Like, you already know I'm going to be there. I'm not RSVP. I mean, they're mostly just doing that just so they have an idea of, like, how many people are trying to show up.
Yeah, it's a metrics thing, which is great.
So it is cool because it's literally going to be at a house. It's literally going to be a house party. So if y'all are free May 13th, pull up.
May 14th.
Is it the 14th?
Yeah.
I could have sworn it was the 13th.
It's on a Saturday. I believe so. Let me confirm.
It's the 13th. 14th is Sunday.
Oh, because I saw the RSVP and it said like 13, 14.
I think because
because it bleeds through.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes
So
sense.
pull up. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited. The boys are gonna be there, and I know it's gonna be a good time. Are you gonna go?
Yeah, I'll pull up.
Yes.
I'm gonna be tired, but I'm gonna pull up. Gotta pull up.
I feel it. I'm gonna probably be tired too. I've worked that day.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, it's okay. But I'm excited because I think a lot of us are going to go. I'm pretty sure DJ's going to go. Eileen. Yeah, it'll be fun. Eric, hopefully, is not going to be busy and we'll be there too. Shout out Eric, dude. I'm so proud of that kid. That's the last thing I'm going to say because we're going to end it. We got shit to do. But for real, shout out Eric. I am so proud of you. I don't know if you're going to listen to this, but I'm so proud of him. Shout out Shop by Venture. He's been out here doing his thing, killing it. Starting to tour with Valentino. And I've never been so proud of someone in my whole damn life because there's no one that works harder than that fool. He don't sleep. When he has a gig, he don't sleep. And the only reason I'm thinking about it is because we were talking about it because he really wanted to see Fade and he really wanted to see Raul Alejandro, but, he had work. And I was telling him, I was like, dude, if Raul Alejandro is at Coachella next year, for sure I'm going to go. And then you have to be there too. So we could be there together and experience it together. He's like, dude, you already know I'm not going to do Coachella unless I'm booked for it. And I'm like, dude, this time next year, you're for sure going to get someone to, like, I'm manifesting that now, putting it on the universe. Someone's going to book him to work Coachella, and he's going to be there. So, very proud of that kid. And yeah, honestly, Coachella, there wasn't too many crazy things happening. It was just, like, more, like, us being fucked up. And, like, me just, like, being fucked up with Teresa on Friday. I think that was like the craziest thing. Any other thing is just like I'm not gonna talk about because it's not my business to put out there. Just like people being stupid, and it was so funny because there was someone at Coachella Saturday that we weren't trying to see, for personal reasons, and that shit was hilarious because Gio told me, and I was sitting on the ground just very comfortable, and the minute he said it, I stood up so fast, and Gio was like, I have never seen you stand up that quick. I've never seen you so ready to I don't even know what. I was like, dude, I don't fucking like that person. If I saw that person anywhere near us, I was so ready to fucking fight. And I'm not even a violent person like that. I'm really not. For me, I'm just I don't like dealing with people. But, when it comes to people around me that I'm really close with, I'm with it. And in that moment, I was with it. It was so funny. He thought it was the most hilarious thing ever.
That shit was funny as fuck, dude.
Yeah, I'm trying to think anything else that happened, but...
No.
Not much.
No, not much.
That was a cool thing about Coachella. It was just, the essence of it was just, us having a good time getting fucked up.
and very limited. Like there was not much problems, dude. It was very unproblem. It was very unproblematic.
Which
Really.
sometimes does not happen with when you like have that many people in a
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
So honestly, like that's what I'm saying when I'm saying like I feel very blessed and very happy with the group of people that like we surround ourselves with, where we're just like no drama, very chill, good vibes always.
Without a doubt.
But yeah, I'm excited for what's to come, what other events we have. I kind of do want to do a pod where we just talk about like a lot of like past events and like a guide to festivals and shit like that, because even though it's like not, although like I feel like lately I've been getting back into it, it's not something that I do as often anymore, because old me was there like every other week. Now I'm more chill, a little bit more selective with the ones I want to do, but definitely like put a guide out there, like this is how you do it.
Well, I mean, shit, dude. We're going to Vegas. I don't know if you're down, but I'll take all the equipment with us. And funny enough, we're gonna be out there during EDC week.
I don't know, we'll see, because Vegas I'm really just trying to chill and like
Yeah, no worries.
get fucked up.
Whatever you trying
I'm
to
excited. That meme of the cat that I
do.
sent in the
Dude,
group chat,
that
bro,
shit was
that's me.
funny.
Go my pancita and everything. I'm just trying to be like this by the pool in the cabana. So
Yeah, dude, that weekend's about to be fun as fuck.
yeah, so I'm excited. We'll see what's going on. I definitely want to book a guest at some point. It's just we've just been so busy, and then it's a little hard with our schedule right now. But I'll try, guys. I'll try. But just know I love y'all. It's been fun. But yeah, everyone get lit. I'm a little buzzed right now, so we're gonna go get lit and bring out old 2017 me at Queso.
Lynn is back in action, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm a little sleepy, but give me like an hour. But I love you guys. Hopefully we can do another one soon before my birthday, because my birthday is always like a fun time to reflect. So we'll see what we get into, and it'll be almost a year since we started doing this.
Yep.
Ain't it crazy? I know we haven't been that consistent, but like we try. We're just
It's cool,
life it gets in the way. But yeah, I love you guys. Have fun. Have a fun weekend. Have a fun. I don't even know how long I'm gonna be till the next one, but love you guys.
And that was Lynn Lopez, ladies and gentlemen. And we are out. Peace.
I'm a little buzzed.